Hey folks, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. So I think it's 12:05 now. We can start. So, hey folks, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Akhil. I'm from Product Space. And before we get started and understand like how this entire how to in fact go about building a voice agent from scratch, we're going to do a live demo before that, right? All right, interesting. So folks, we have a lot of audience. So what we're going to do now is I will. I hope you can see I have a phone, and I'll just run this agent, and I'll probably have the conversation with it. You can listen it. If you want me to make a call on your phone, you can also tell me that. I can do that as well. So now let me go ahead and show you how this works end to end, and then we will go ahead and see how to go about building it from scratch. All right. So just give me 1 second. All right, now what I'll do is I'll go ahead, run my flow, and you could see that I would probably get a request in a moment of a call. And let's see if I get a call or not. You could see that I'm getting a call, right? And this is the call I'm getting from the voice agent. And so I'll put it on speaker. Yeah. Hello. Yes, this is, yeah, please go ahead.
Great. Thank you, Sanchit. I'm Akhil from Product Space. I noticed you showed interest in our programs, and I'd love to help you figure out which of our two options might be the best fit for your career goals. To start, could you share what you're aiming for? For example, are you looking to break into product management roles, or are you more focused on advancing your skills with AI?
I'm looking for advancing my skills with generative AI. So, do you have something around that?
Absolutely, Sanchit. We have a program designed exactly for that. Our advanced AI program is tailored for professionals who want to apply AI, especially generative AI, in product and business context. You'll dive deep into topics like LLMs, large language models, agentic AI, and hands-on projects where you actually build and deploy.
Can you tell me if there are hands-on as well? Would I be able to build projects on my own?
Yes, absolutely. The advanced AI program is 100% hands-on. You'll not only learn the concepts, but also build real-world portfolio-ready AI projects from scratch.
Would I be
and interactive, so you'll get.
Would this be covering agentic AI as well?
Yes, definitely. The advanced AI program covers agentic AI in depth. You'll get to learn and practice with frameworks like LangChain, LangGraph, True AI, and others. You'll actually build your own AI agents and solutions during the program with live support from mentors.
All right. If I continue it longer, it'll be billing as well that faster, right? So you could see that I was before planning for this workshop, I've just built it yesterday, and I'm going to show you how I've built it. But before I go ahead and start sharing the process, how do you go about it? Any one of you want to test it out? And in fact, one thing you've not noticed, I tried interrupting it in between and tried introducing or changing the context, right? And it started picking the context from there and then started building on it, right? So any one of you wants to talk to this person, you can type yes in the chat. I will probably run the flow for so that it makes a call to you. Let's wait it. Does it switch language? Yeah, you have to train it. Right now, I've not tested out for multiple language switching, but I think it has the capability to talk in multiple languages. You can set it up from the backend. Okay. Shrikant wants to test it. Shrikant, can you drop your number in the chat? That's the one way for me to take it. Or if you're not comfortable, I'm giving you my WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp me your number there as well. Okay. I think you've shared it. So I'll just go ahead, make one change, and let's hope your name is Shrikant, right? Shrikant. No, updating this information. It's quite surprising. Only Shrikant wants to know how this works. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and all right. I've already run the flow. Srikanth, you can confirm if you got the call. Yes, yeah, you can talk to it for 10 seconds. If you want, you can go on speaker. I'll probably unmute you. Srikanth, allow mic. Yeah, you can unmute yourself if you want to and see how you're talking to it.
So yeah, I will put my loudspeaker just a minute.
Yeah.
Hi, Srikanth. This is Akil from Product.
Yeah, hi Akil.
Hi, Srikanth. This is Akil. Hi,
Hi-
Srikanth. This is Akil from Product Space.
I think it's repeating.
Yeah.
Can you
Go
can
ahead.
you run it?
Yeah, go ahead. Have the conversation.
Thanks for connecting, Srikanth. I noticed
Yeah.
you showed interest in our
Yeah. I'm interested in product management course from Product Space
program. I'd love to help you figure out which of our
Voice is breaking, I think, probably internet problem.
Yeah, might be. So I will disconnect, but it's coming. The call has been placed.
Awesome. So yeah, you could see that, yeah, it can be a perfect agent right now, but this is of course could be fine-tuned because it's just like a very basic agent that I've created like yesterday, and it does give a call, and we can train it like on more and more knowledge base. We can train it like more and more example conversations so that it learns and try because I think it was repeating in your case because you're saying the same thing again. Okay, this is Srikanth, this is Srikanth. That's why it was responding to that. But yeah, awesome. I hope it works. All right, Teams link. So now I hope all of you can see my screen. So this is the agent that I have created, and so what this does is um, every day at, let's say I've scheduled it at what, like 10 a.m. right in the morning, it would pull all the calls which is scheduled for that day and would call them one by one on, or and also it can call at once as well to all of them, right, depending on how many events you have scheduled in that calendar, right? So if I'll go ahead and share my calendar with all of you, calendar, right, and I'm changing the account. So you can see, yeah, you can see the screen, right? So I have created this invite, wherein in this invite I have added Shrikant's number and his mobile number as well. And the reason for scheduling this call was PM fellowship query. Even on product space, like we get like a lot of one-to-one mentor requests as well. So we get meet links like this. So we have tried replicating that similar use case, right? So you can have more than one agents as more than one event as well in one day when you have more than one event. So it'll pull all the events and it'll basically give a call to each of the recipient one by one, right? So this is how you can set it up, and this is a simple agent calendar setup. You can send it to any specific mail ID that you want to. What matters is what you're putting in the description, right? So once this basic setup is done, then we come back to this agentic flow. So within this agentic flow, what this first is doing, what this entire flow is doing. So if you look into this schedule trigger, so first trigger is to initiate the workflow, right? So it's like every day at 10 a.m., I'm expecting, okay, all my leads for the day, they would be kind of available to talk and all. So I would want to initiate this workflow at 10 a.m. What else I could do also, instead of this, I can go ahead and use calendar only as a trigger. So which means like whenever I'm getting an event, right, very immediately after that, a call would be triggered, right? So that is also something you can do. And once you've done that, all this information is there. So what you would also want, you want an output in a way which would be able to fetch the, let's say, mobile number, name, and reason for the call, and all these basic details so that you can trigger your call agent, right? So call agent is being triggered via this API request, and this is more around setting up a GPT agent so that it understand all these requests well and then give a output using this agent, and this output is then being fed into this AI agent, which I think I'll also show you in a moment, right? But it's about building. So parallelly, I'll go ahead and build it in parallel with all of you. So what we'll do is, okay, I'm just seeing if there's any queries in between. No queries. All right. So the first thing is we need a trigger, right? So let's say here in case of the trigger is schedule trigger, but let's go ahead and have a manual trigger. All right. And the next thing that you would want, because the source of where these requests is coming, they are right now in my calendar, right? So one thing that we're going to do is like we're going to fetch all these requests from the calendar. Otherwise, what you can also do is like if you have, let's say, any CRM database, or so whenever you're getting a, you can basically have that API call. Whenever a new entry is coming in your database, this workflow is triggered, right? So that flow is something you can also create, right? So yeah, but now right now, I think I'll go ahead and use a calendar way. So once I have added a trigger, now the what next I have to do is like I have to just get the events from my calendar, right? So for that I have to look for a calendar. I have went here to a Google Calendar, and here I have to get as many events as I could get from this kind of calendar, right? So I just need this operation, and I'll just go ahead and select a new account. Let's say I'll go ahead and do the sign in, and it'll take me to the screen, and I will go ahead and yeah, now I'll go back here. You could see that my account is well connected, right? And you could see that the resource that we're looking for is events in the calendar. If you go to calendar, you can see that, okay, there are different type of events as well, different type of, yeah, meeting requests, event, task, appointment, schedule. Here we are looking for events only. All right. So we will go ahead, and operation is like basically we want to get as many invites are there within a specific time duration. And here you can select a specific calendar, right? So these are like a general calendar offered by Google, but I'm going to use my mail calendar event, and I would want to get all the information or all the events which are there in my calendar, right? So yeah, this is the kind of this is where you can specify the duration as well. Okay, I would want the duration starting from now to next 1 week, right? But I think I would not go ahead and look for next 1 week event. I would simply go ahead and look for example, next what 24 hours event. I think that should be relatively much easier. So how we are going to do that is we're going to make this, I think there's some change in this formula. So what that formula changes, we're going to add it to plus 24 hours, right? So what I'm going to change it here is I'll share it like the guide that I'll share it as an how you have to add this, because yeah, this is going to add hours, right? So you can see whatever the final outcome now is like 14th September, and you could see that if you added plus 24 hours to it, it then became 15 September, 15/9, right? So that's, I would want all the events within that specific duration, right? Now I can go ahead and execute this step. Now you could see that I've executed and I got these details. You could see that in the description, name was Shrikant and phone number was, I think the number he has shared. I'll right now add my number to it so that I can do a live demo. So I'll change it and I will change the name to, let's say, Pankaj, for example. Let's say Pankaj, and I'll change my number. 9891 2575. Okay, interesting. And all right, we'll come back here. I've made just some changes in the calendar, and you could see that now the name change would be appearing here, right? Pankaj, and the mobile number is coming here, right? Now, what we're going to do is like we would want to basically, there's so many information, right? You can't set all the information. And a lot of times, right now, the calendar, description is well defined, right? What if the users are writing crap in it when they are scheduling a request? Of course, they'll be adding their mobile number and all, but what if the critical information is still let's say lost in those multiple texts? So the best way is like to use an AI agent which could fetch that information from it. So I'm going to use and connect it with one AI agent, and here I'm going to define the input prompts that I'm going to use, right? So what else I can do here is I can simply give it input as appointment details, and here I think you can add the description. Where is the description? One second, here it is. Yeah, you have basically added the description as well, and you could see that you've got like all the information as well. Now further you can go ahead and add start time. Start time, you can use it as, where would you find the start time? Start time is this, and then you can find here as end time as well, right? We need end time as well. So we will add this and we'll drag and drop the end time, right? So wait, the drag and drop didn't work. I'll just go ahead, put it here, right? And that's where you can see that yeah, chat model is not connected, right? So we will go ahead and connect the chat model, right? So I'll go ahead and connect the OpenAI, and I'm sure many of you at least tried GPT a lot many times that you understand like how to add these chat models. If you don't know this, that's totally fine. What you can do is you can click here, click on create new credential, go to this platform which I'll share right now. Yeah, go to this platform, right? Click on API keys. Here you'll see there'll be a button to create your API key. I think let it load. Once you click on save, your account would be created, right? And right now I'm going to use the latest account which I've added, which is the 28th one. And yeah, let's use this OpenAI Gemini, or let's say let's use some other models. Okay, which one we can use? Okay, let's use this one only. Models, yeah, it matters, right? But right now we're just building in LLM selection or evaluation is very important or a critical stage when you're building a product which could be scalable, because the cost of implementation, how your agent is interacting, right? All of it is going to kind of very very critical, right? And you don't want to give bit, I would say, bad experience to your users, right? Now next step is since after this point, after this agent, I want to hit an voice agent API, right? So whatever the output of this specific flow is, I want it to be in a specific format, right? So how I can get it in a specific format, I'm going to turn this toggle on, right? So let's say this toggle is on, then what you'll see is like you'll see one more button here which is like a output parser, right? So once you click on here, you have to click on structured output parser, and you could already see here there's some structure already provided here. So we are not going to use that. We're going to add our own JSON. So we've added our own JSON, define using JSON schema. So I've defined this JSON schema. All right. And now I think we'll try to run it. Okay, problem in Node AI Agent 1. There is some issue in model output can't fit required format. Okay, 1 second. To continue, type object properties, string type. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, still didn't take. When I changed that field, it didn't take that the revised output. Now you could see that once this is done, and if you want to see this my format, you could see that whatever I am looking here, I'm expecting it to be kind of uh, output has to be in this format. I need name separately, I need email separately with these keys only, and I need phone underscore number, I need reason for it, I need start time, date time in this format only, right? So and that once you go ahead and see that, you got the similar format output only. If you want to see the JSON, you can see the JSON as well, right? JSON is also kind of here you could see it here, right? Now, once all of this is done, now let's take if anyone has any queries so far at this point. Then if no query, then we can start building a AI agent as well. As in, how can you go ahead and do that? Any queries you can write in the chat. And all these information that I'm putting and adding here, all these JSON values, and you don't have to write it on your own. After this, kind of event, we are going to send it kind of the detailed guide to you so that you can start building how to define structured output format. Structured output format depend on your next requirement, right? Basically, after this AI agent, I am going to trigger an API request for this AI agent, right? The voice AI agent, right? So that voice AI agent would be requiring a detail in a specific format, right? So you have to tell the GPT, okay, give me the output in this format only, right? And you can take a help of GPT that, okay, the next node is this, and can you give me a sample output format that I can add in a structured output parser? How to add memory in an AI agent? It's very simple. You can add memory from here. For I think learning projects, you can add memories from here only. If you want to basically build an scalable applications, you would use, I would say, longer memories from here as well. So at least for this use case, we don't need to add memories. It's a simple request came in, and you've just triggered that flow. I hope that is answered. No more questions. Are we going to do hard code or just the use are we going to do hard code or just use the tools? I didn't get your question, Suraj. Hard code, we're using tools only, right? But you have to use these custom parameters as well as we are building this up, right? All right, I think all the questions are answered now. What we're going to do now is, yes, and does this agent give analysis of the call as well? You can customize it if you would want to, right? There are functionalities which you could enable, which will help you get the call summary, call insight as well. It does give it. How to fine tune? We'll look into it. Let it. You can't fine tune the current flow because whatever we have built so far, because this flow is just to ensure that you have the right input parameters to trigger the voice agent, right? That you have it here, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to now use this platform, which is Retail AI. I'm not sure many of you have used it or not. I'm sharing my screen. Just load it up. You can see something like this. If like once you've signed it up, right, you would see this is the landing page, and this is the agent which is already working and who has called Shrikant and me. You can create your agents from here. You can create different type of agents like chat agent, voice agent from here. And you would also see that you can also take online phone numbers as well. We're going to look into it. So now before connecting, I think our entire flow from scratch, what we are going to do is like we're going to build another agent. And so let's follow closely. Okay. So just click on this create an agent and then select a voice agent. And from here, you'll see that Retail AI provides you multiple ways to kind of, create this voice agent, which is like one is a conversational flow agent, right? For highly formatted conversations, or if you have any complex flows and all, for flexible conversation with, I think, multi-prompt as well, right? So if you would want to create an complex flows as well, you can use these exclusive functionalities. If you have your custom LLM, you can also use this feature. But for now, for this session, we're going to use single prompt agent. And once you have it, and I think you also selected this, and you click on this create. Okay, so these are, I think, already probably predefined templates. If you want to kind of create an agent which just makes the call once a notification is received or a healthcare check-in is happening, right? You can then create these two. But I think we're going to do it from scratch. So that's why we've selected the start from blank. And now I'll go ahead and click on create. So it's doing all this for me. And give me 1 second. Setting my screen. Okay, all right. Now you could see here, from here, you can select the different models, right? And these are the models which are, kind of going to understand how your end customers are using, and they're going to give the response back, right? So you can select different models. Each model would have a different pricing tier depending on like different matrices, let's say the latency and the type of output, the quality of output as well, right? So you can choose whichever works best. And of course, if you really want to use it for enterprise scale, you definitely need to understand like how to do the LLM evaluations in the right way, which is something is a almost a 2-hour topic which we cover in our advanced AI program. So we'll not be touching over it. And just for a testing purpose or building this agent from scratch, I'm just going to leave it to this one, right? Here, this is where you can select a specific voice that you would want to for this agent, right? So if you go here and let's play this.
Hi, I'm Adrian, your friendly virtual helper, always here to make your daily tasks easier and stress. Hi, I'm Adrian, your friendly virtual helper, always here to make your daily tasks easier and stress-free. What would you like assistance with
Okay.
today?
Yeah, this is where I've added my custom voice. Very easy to add. I've added a specific recording. I've given it my name, and the voice that you would hear here, probably listen now, is a voice custom voice agent, right?
Hey, I'm your virtual assistant from Retail AI, here to help you handle all the calls.
And this is
Greetings. I'm Amritanshu, your AI curator,
this looks
crafted to
more
enrich your experience with insightful assistance and tailored advice. Do want some burgers?
okay. Let's use Amritanshu, right? And let's click on this here, and it doesn't allow me to change his names and all, right? So we're going to use this here only. But anyway, in the language, I think we can use English, Indians, right? And this is where you have to add your detailed prompt, which I already have, and which I will be sharing as part of the guide that we will be going ahead for you to build it on your own, right? So this is a detailed prompt, right? So which gives it a detailed flow. Let's say first identify the recipient. Basically, this is how you can do once you would get that API details from the N10 that we've worked on, right? Okay, so you can say that, hey, am I speaking with name, right? And if you go ahead and see your N10 flow, you could see that the key value here is exactly what is there, so that it matches the exact field parameters that is there in the retail API, right? If you mismatch it, then it'll not be understand, okay, who it is talking to. Okay, if yes, then you can say, okay, this is Ankit from product space, right? I'm a career counselor here. I noticed you showed interest in your programs. Did I catch you? And then you can say yes or no, right? And then if the call connects, and if this is the wrong person, then you can say then you can still check, okay, if this person is available, or should I leave a quick message types, right? And this is a message template if you want to do that. Introduction is this: hey, hi, again naming the person to whom you're making call. This is Akhil. Let's change this to Ankit now, from product space. Now let's remove this to reduce the conversation length, right? I'd love to help you figure out which of our two programs might be the right fit for your career goal. Sound good, right? So you can say that to start, could you, and I'm sure you would have observed all these things that voice assistant was saying, right? And could you share what is probably what is your goal, right? What is the goal? Aiming for sounds like not too English. Okay, for example, are you looking to break into product management roles and all this, right? So this is the entire flow call. All right. So once this kind of script is done, then you also have to basically add two functions. First function is to end call. So you have to add this function, and don't do anything. Just click on save like this, because your agent also need to identify when there's no actions happening, and then follow this script to decide when something is not happening. Then you can go ahead and simply click on this. This the call would be ended, right? Second is a call transfer, right? So let's say uh, if someone is like saying that, okay, I want to talk to someone senior, right? And if that talking to a someone senior is part of the flow, right? And that's something you definitely want, right? So transfer the call to senior counselor, right? So I can here give a number, let's say +919611232575, right? So you could do that. Static destination, right? Don't do anything else. Um, Code transfer, yeah, all these things. That's it, right? Second is knowledge base, right? Because what if the user that you're calling to start asking about the program? Because you might have noticed when I was talking to this agent, I asked, hey, can you tell me if in our advanced AI program would there be hands-on as well? Would I be able to build projects and all, right? So it was able to do that. How it did it? So I have basically gone ahead and added my knowledge base. How to add knowledge base, I'll also show you. So click on this if you want to add it from scratch. So I'll click on this and it'll take me to our next page, which looks like this. One of my knowledge base is already added. I'll add the another one. So I'll probably say it website 2 for workshop demo. Right, and documents, you can add like your files as well, PDF, all those documents wherein you already have defined scripts and all, right? And you can also add the web page. I'll go ahead and add the web page. That is, I think, much faster. Okay, it didn't copy. 1 second. Yeah, and just simply click on save. It'll pull all the sitemaps. You can select which part of the sitemap you want to kind of make the part of the knowledge base, right? In the meantime, if anyone has questions, you can also drop your questions in the chat. I'll take it at the right time. Where I can integrate this model, we'll look into it. Why you need to download the model? If you want to download, I think you can try Hugging Face and all. Okay, awesome. So you could see that, right? Everything is already here. All the websites and the sitemap, it has already pulled in. So I'll go ahead and simply save it. And you could see that my roadmap is ready, right? You can also add, so this is now ready. It's still saving, right? And if I go ahead here, 1 second, I'll take it voice agent. 1 second. Okay, I think it's still in progress, probably internet issue, but for the interest of time, I hope you would understand, like you've understood like how to do it. Once you've added, you'll see that the new knowledge base that you've added will reflect here somewhere here, right? So I already have the previous one. I'm going to use that. So I'll just go ahead and select it. Yeah. If you would want to, let's say, add more functionalities, what you can do is like you can also click on speech settings, right? If you want to have background noise, right? So it sounds like more, I think authentic and all, you can also add it. So let's add some kind of a call center noise, right? Uh, Control how fast the agent responds after users finish speaking. Fast is something that is required, right? Because you can't have longer latencies. Interruption sensitivity. Control how sensitively AI can be interrupted by, yeah, you also want to keep it open, let the user interrupt depending on when they feel it is right. Enable back channeling. Okay, let's not worry about these terminologies, right? And reminder message frequency, we're not setting it up. Yeah, all these things also we're not setting it up. And you can also set up, okay, the AI will respond if no keypad anyway, keypad interaction we're not doing. So we'll just skip this as well. Okay, end call on silence. Definitely don't want 10-minute long silence, right? I think 20 seconds, 30 seconds silence is good enough, right? Max call duration also something you can set, let's say 5 minute or 3 minute. They're extremely costly, but they're good for I think small set of users and testing and then fine tuning further, right? And here someone asked, you can get the post call analysis, right? So you can select a specific model, and this model is something which will give you the post call analysis, right? Security fallback settings. If you want to really build something like an enterprise level, you can do it. You can also connect it with the MCP. We are not going to do that right now. I think we have added the end call function. We have added transfer call function. These two functions are critical, and transfer call is written correctly. And if you would go ahead, these two functions are here. Knowledge base is added. Now, yeah, you would see that once the agent calls, right? Do you want user to initiate the action? That might not be the right. So you let AI speaks first, right? So let AI start the conversation, and you can have dynamic message or a custom message. You can set it up as you would want to. We're not going to tweak it around. So you can just click on this, and we are okay. Let me just paste this. We are going to publish this, right? So just click on publish, and you can say that workshop demo second voice agent, right? So yeah, this is how you could do it, and this is done. And you can go here, and you could see that your single prompt agent with Amritanshu as the voice has already been created, right? Now the next step is taking the phone numbers, because right now, like otherwise how would this agent would call the users, right? So you can click here. This is where you can take the phone numbers, right? So you can click on plus, you can click on buy new number. You can buy right now. This platform does not provide an option to buy an Indian numbers. So I've just taken a 12 number, right? So you can select any number that you would want to, right? Or where your customers are, if your customers are in US, right? And you can simply select a number. You can click on save. Okay, if I do it right now, it will charge me $2 additionally, which I already have the number. Once you add your number, you'll see another number here. Once you click on it, it will ask you to verify your identity. So it'll take you to another application called Persona, wherein it'll identify whether you're the right person or not. Whether it'll take your government ID as well, right? So once that is verified, then it'll allow you to make an outbound call as well, right? And within that call, this is where you can go ahead and select your specific voicing agent as well. So we have selected this one, right? Single prompt workshop agent and all. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and configure it to this one. All right. And I think everything is set up now. Single prompt agent, V1 workshop demo, second voice agent, right? So that I can identify it. Don't need to do these setups, right? So I'll take a pause. If anyone has any questions so far, we'll take it. And I think the next step is connecting it with your N8N flows, wherein we're going to do a little bit of an API integration, and that's where our agent would be ready, right? Yeah, we are not working on multi-agent this multi-agent voice agent right now. I would appreciate if your questions are with something that we are already doing, Tanisha. Does retail allows Indian number, or I need international number? I think retail only allows international number. You can explore other platforms like Bolna AI. So Bolna AI basically allows you to have Indian number, and that is in a similar way. I'm doing an API integration for Retail AI. You can also do an integration for Bolna AI for your with your N10 as well. So you can try it. Do I need US identity? No, you don't need US identity. How can we evaluate costing? How much it cost? Your costing is based on the models that has already been kind of mentioned while you were setting up your agent, right? Plus this platform also charges something. So yeah, you're using multiple platforms at once, so it will cost you. Um, awesome. And any more questions? All right, where I can integrate this model, I think we have covered that part. Wherein you can go to this agent and yeah, and you can go here further, and this is where you can select a specific model, right? There are different models available here. If you want any further customizations, if you understand how to tweak and fine tune these models slightly around specific parameters, you can do that. If you would want it to be more creative and all, you can set the temperature high, right? And definitely don't want unnecessary creativity in the calls. That's why temperature is right now set to low. Awesome. All right, now let's does it support? I think it does support some languages, not regional languages, I guess. Yeah, it does not have the regional language. It has Hindi. Yeah, that's good. I'm not sure it would have. That's why, for regional languages, you don't need to use Retail AI or VAPI and all. You can use more Indian focused ecosystems like Bolna AI. I have not tried it out, but while I was searching, okay, which are the platforms which are offering Indian numbers? So Bolna AI was one of the platform. So is the agent that you created for integrating? Right. Yes. Now this is the agent that I'll go ahead and create it with my N8N workflow. Awesome. All right. A lot of times it doesn't work, so let's hope it works this time. So now let's go ahead to N8N. All right. I'm going to share my screen to N8N now. Okay. So we have been to till this stage right now. Now what we need to do is, like, once we have all the information, we want to call this API. And how would you get these API details? You can look to this page. So this is a Retail AI end-to-end documentation, right? Wherein it will tell you which all API you can, kind of hit, right? And this is where I would want to use and hit, let's say, create call, create phone call, right? So yeah, this is the API I want to use. So that's where I have taken the endpoint from here, and I'll show you how you can add that as well. So where is it? Yeah, I've taken this as an endpoint, and all these authorizations and all I definitely need to do. Yeah, and I'll show you how you can do that as well. All these are the kind of parameters that you have to pass as part of the request body as well. So I'm going to give you the end-to-end template as in how can you go ahead and build it on your own. But right now, let me show it to you. Okay, all right. So next is, once we go to our N8N flow, and I hope everyone can see my N8N screen now, right? So I'll go ahead and do this, and I'll click on the next HTTP request. Now I want to hit that API request so that this API could call an agent, right? Next is a method. So I think in this case, our method has to be post. And if you understand how APIs work, you understand like why we're not going for get or any other method right now. But I'm going to take a lot of information from this agent because I already have it here. So I think the endpoint is going to be this, and I'm going to add the endpoint here, right? And authentication, I think we are going to have generic credential type, or let me check which is a credential type is here. The generic credential type, we are within this bearer auth, right? Okay. Now, how can you go ahead and further set it up? As you can go for this bearer auth, and you can go ahead, click on create new credential, and this is where you can take the token from Retail AI. Right, so I'll go here and I'll show you how can you take that token. You can go to settings. Within setting, you can find the API keys, right? And this is where I have created this AI voice agent key already, right? So I'll be using that. And if you would want, let me create a new key. Let's see if it works or not. Anyway, it'll be the same thing. So what you can do is, like, you can copy paste this from here, right? Or create an API key. Okay, let's create second voice agent for the differentiation. All right, now I have another API key. It's created here. I'll go ahead and probably take it from here, and okay, there's a specific format in which you need to, kind of mention this. And this format, I think I can get it from here. Okay, it's not probably showing me and it in blank values and all. Okay, right now I think let's simply add the bearer auth values and let's see if it's able to kind of connect it or not, right? So I am going to enter my bearer token and see. Okay, it's connected, right? So when you're using the custom JSON and all, it might ask you to add bearer underscore or space and then your keys and all. All right, so now we have set this account up, right? And what we need to do next is send the details in the body. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this body, which I already have from here. I'm going to also help you understand how to set this up. Right now, I am going to, okay, this is fine. Here I'm going to click on using JSON. I'm going to click on expression and I'm going to add this here, right? Okay. Output phone number. 1 second. All these values are not coming right now. 1 second. Okay, appointment details. Okay. So what I'll do right now, I'll change this to phone number, right? Phone number is this. Add it here. All right, and the name is something. You can simply drag and drop these fields. Okay, name is something. I'll have to delete this first. Okay, let's delete it complete. Add this, and just drop it here. What was this? This was a name. Let's have this as a name here, and phone number. Okay, this is not the. Okay, this is fine. And phone number again, we can add it as output phone number, and we can simply go ahead, drag and drop this here, and we can add the reason as well in a similar fashion. We will go ahead, drag and drop this as well. All right, and a similar fashion, we will go ahead and add the, okay, sorry, I think I have to drag and drop this. And you could see that all our details are already here, right? But you have to add your phone number here. So how would you get your phone number? And this is the number from which you will be making a call, right? So you will have to go to Retail API, you have to go back, you have to go to phone numbers, right? And you can simply copy paste from here and you can drop it in the chat in this custom body instruction, right? This is a mobile number, right? And all right, this is a two number to whom the call has to go. And now let's look into other details, and this is where you also have to add your agent ID as well, right? So now let's go ahead, take your agent ID. So you can take your agent ID from your agents, click on agents, double click on it, and you will basically go here, copy this. You can see that agent ID, right? And you can go back to your Anadin flow and you can copy paste this. Now you can see that now my agent ID has been changed, right? Now let's see that if everything is fine, right? So before running this flow, let's take, if anyone has any questions, we can take quickly questions, and let me rename these agents as well. 1 second, and taken this ID and we're going to look into the phone number. Okay, I have, okay, one more thing. Before you go ahead and do that account setup and all, right? One thing is very, very important and critical, which is you need to also add your payment method. If you don't add your payment method, it would not kind of, work in a way that it'll not allow you to, first of all, take the numbers and even add it for your live demo and all, right? So I'm just letting it, basically sharing it for your information, right? So awesome. I think let's try execute. Let's see now what breaks and why it breaks. Okay. Now we have two workflows. I'm going to disable this for now. Otherwise, this would also run. Let me disable this. Now I think only this workflow should run. Let's see if this is working or not. Okay, sorry. There's one issue in our HTTP node, and the number provided is not a valid phone number. Please enter a please provide a valid phone number. All right, this number is not correct. So let me see what the value I've passed in a different field, right? So this is where I was getting. Okay, let me quickly execute this node so that we understand what was the missing parts. More of a debugging we are doing. So let's run this flow. All right. Okay, I think this is something which worked. And all right, now, yeah, I've got the call as well. I'll just go ahead, select this. Output number has to be this only, the same as phone number. And 9891, this is fine. And okay, there is some issue. We are now going to look into it again. Okay. Now, in this case, also I have to execute the previous nodes. I'll go ahead and disable this workflow. I'll connect this workflow and I'll execute the previous nodes. Again, this might again face an issue, but we are going to look into it, what this is. Okay, it's not giving. Okay, we have to look into it, why this format is changed. Okay, so something, if you look into the output of this agent, let it share the output. This is coming as name, phone number, reason. And if I look into the next request, it's also sharing in this fashion, right? But okay, I think now this is better. All right. Yeah, I think it should be fine now because there was some formatting issue and the first is phone number. So whenever you'll have or encounter the red marks and all, right, which simply means that your flow is not going to work. So I am going to make this change and I'm going to add my name here. All right, and I'm going to add the phone number again. Yeah, and I'm going to add the reason again here and start time. Why I'm sending all these parameters? Because they are required. They are mandatory parameters as part of the API specifications. That's why we have to send it. And now I think it should work now, but let's see if there's any issue further. Yeah, the node was executed successfully. And now let's go to, now you could see that I got a call, right? So I'm going to pick it up. Hello.
Hi, am I speaking with Pankaj?
Yeah, hi, this is Pankaj.
Great. This is Ankit from Product Space. I'm a career counselor here, and I noticed you showed interest in our program. Did I catch you at a good time to quickly answer?
Yeah, I think it's a good time.
Thank you, Pankaj. I appreciate you taking the time. I'd love to help you figure out which of our two programs might be the right fit for your career goals. To start, could you share what you're aiming for? For example, are you looking to break into
so I'm already a product manager and I'm looking to upskill myself in generative AI and yeah, more around building agents, doing hands-on and basically crack a AI product manager role,
That's fantastic, Pankaj. You're exactly the kind of professional our advanced AI program is designed for. Here's a quick overview tailored to your goals. Our advanced AI program is built for product managers and professionals who want to apply AI, especially generative AI and agentic AI, in real-world product and business scenarios. You'll get hands-on experience with LLM, building AI agents, and deploying real projects. The curriculum is 100% practical.
But can you tell me how you're going to teach me in terms of how to build agents from scratch?
Absolutely, Pankaj. In the advanced AI program, you learn to build AI agents from scratch through a very hands-on, step-by-step approach. Live instructor-led sessions.
Got it.
Each week, you'll join.
Yeah, no, got it. Thank you. I just have one more question. So what would be the community like? Would we have like some senior folks in the ecosystem or would we have like a random bifurcation of the folks?
That's a great question, Pankaj.
Yeah.
Community in the advanced AI program. The community in the advanced AI program is one of its biggest strengths. You'll be joining a curated group of professionals, senior product managers, GPMs, founders, consultants, and strategy leads from top companies. It's not a random mix. We keep each cohort limited and focused. So you'll be learning and networking with peers who are serious about building with AI. You will also get lifetime access to our AI community.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. Can you let me talk to someone from your team? Is that possible? I'll go ahead and pick my other phone. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like transfer call functionality is not working right now. Could be a probably network issue right now, but yeah, I hope you have followed the conversation. And yeah, you could also build these agents, who's um, kind of trying to reach out to at least and kind of doing that first level filtering, right? Yes, the entire flow is, I would say, relatively costly right now. If you would explain, because there's a token cost, there's these platform cost, and yeah, and depends on users to users as in how much they're going to talk to, how to handle unrelevant questions via prompts only. You can basically, create a knowledge base. In that knowledge base you're mentioning and teaching, it's more of a probably a system prompt that you could give. If people are asking unrelated questions, ask it, hey, I'm not the right person to it. Probably you can, go to the right platforms to take the answers of it, right? Now, anyone of you wants to try this out, you can drop your number in the chat. I think I still have, if I go to my retail account, I still have like $4, and this is, I'm still using a freemium version. I've connected my card because I need to have this phone number as well, right? So, and you can also see your call history here as well. And yeah, this was a call that okay, I think the call got disconnected because the max duration reached, right? I think that was the reason. Otherwise, I think we would have gone and done that transfer process as well. And here you can also get the analysis as well. So yeah, you can look into the positive inbound and all these. uh, yeah, so you can also do that. uh, yeah, Prince wants to talk. Interesting. Okay, let me add your number, Prince, and then I'll take some of the questions from the chat, and that's where we'll wrap it up. I think we are right on time, and I hope you have seen as and how can you go ahead and build an agent from scratch. So add your name, Prince, right? And I will save it up. All right. Okay, and I'll go ahead and run this flow. I'll go here and I'll run this workflow. Click here only. Okay. Okay, we have hit some error. The number provided is not a valid number. Okay, I think, yeah, for some reason we are facing this issue again. And I think the reason for facing this issue is the output format, right? This format is not fixed. It's changing itself every time. It's coming in these two versions. And how do we go ahead and fix it? Appointment details, we can probably call it appointment description, for example, description, and try running this. Let's see, do we still get the same output? Okay, we are still getting this flow. I think, Prince, I've added your number. We'll have to make this change. I think I'll have to look into as in why the output is not coming in a specific format. Ideally, it should not add this, but this is more of a part of the output request that is coming from this. So we'll have to just make these changes again. Yes. So I think after this should work. To number is like this. Yes, and your name is going to be this. And I'm going to delete this from here. I'll delete this as well. I have to look into it. I think it'll take a little bit of time, but I think it's all about fixing that output parser. It's just giving me additional node, and I don't need that node. I just need to remove this appointment details. It's coming every time. But in the interest of time, let's just go ahead and try it with what we have. We go here and we just select this start time. We select this time, right? I think everything is fine now. And we just go ahead and execute this step. Yeah, now you could see that. Prince, you should be getting a call now. Is there some network issue I'm facing? No, the call was not triggered earlier. I think it's triggered now. Can you confirm if you've received it? Yeah, you can do that, Prashant. I think you can add another API or a webhook, right, wherein all the call transcript is being sent back. You have to create those detailed flows. This agent analyzes send down the person by tone, pitch, etc. Respond. Yes, yes, yeah. Love to know this. Is it to do something with prompts? This is about like how these models have been trained and how you've given that prompt so that it asks those repeated, or I would say the right questions, and how it immediately answers this because of the knowledge base that you've added, right? If you don't add the knowledge base, it'll go ahead and search on internet, and that latency would be introduced in the call, right? So then the overall experience will not be good, right? Okay, based on the knowledge, we'll talk. Okay, thank you, Shrikant. Would need help with making these and other agents in cost-effective way. The whole setup, I believe, is costly. We're trying to learn. Okay, so I can also tell some of you what's the, I think, low cost way of using this as well. This agent analyzes sentiment of the person. Yes, it does. Okay, we can integrate our Google Sheet. Yes, you can also integrate your Google Sheet. How can you do that? Instead of adding a calendar, you can cross this. You can go ahead, cross this as well. You can add Google Sheet as a trigger, right? You can go ahead and add Sheet as a trigger, wherein it'll take all the details from your Google Sheet and then hit that API. What you have to keep in mind when you're hitting this API, you have to give these agent details, all these information that you're sharing, right, in the right format, so that it understands that you're trying to hit concurrent calls at once, right? Or it's taking 20 requests at a time. So you can set that up as well. Awesome. So, folks, I think that was it. I hope you were able to understand like how you can really automate that entire customer support chatbot. Of course, these agents are not, I would say, 100% in a situation to replicate the customer support, but they are like, I think they could build really good I would say, confidence to end-to-end conversations. And you would have also noticed whenever you're trying to say something, it stops, right? And it listens you. And then probably, if you're not saying, if you're just saying, it'll just continue the previous conversation. If you're saying something, then it'll try to add that context and revert it to you as well, right? So yeah, okay, awesome. I would not recommend going for agencies and all unnecessary charges. You can really learn it in the right way and then build it from scratch, right? They're not that difficult. Once you understand all these functionalities, there are enough tools available which is providing you all of this. Like, of course, there is some cost to it, but all these functionalities, all the requirements that you have, I think these tools are covering it. Awesome. No, you can make concurrent calls as well. I can show you. If you go ahead to Retail AI again, if you'll go to concurrency use, right? So here, if you go to limits, you can have 20 calls at a time. You can adjust the limit, right? Yeah, so it'll add these cost. So as long as depends, like they're very costly, but and these token limit depends on the model that you're choosing on. And Twilio, I think some kind of limit is there. I need to understand what this is, but if you want to add multiple numbers, probably, right? So you can basically make a full-fledged ecosystem. I want to. Sorry, it was so nice talking with AI. It's AI. Otherwise, it's very also difficult to. Awesome. So thanks, folks. Have a nice rest of the weekend, and I hope you've learned something new.